I am a little nervous, so I'm sorry if my voice gets super shaky or I start tearing up. One thing that I want to make very clear is that being a foster youth, you are constantly told that college is either a slim chance or impossible. The first time that I sat down with a social worker after going into care, he looked at me and he said, there is a 3% chance you will ever go to college. There is a 1% chance that you will graduate with your AA, and the chances of you moving on beyond that is so slim that there aren't even really statistics about it. Being a foster youth in and of itself can be really challenging. It's hard once you even get the help that you need through the system to trust people. To kind of reflect that, I'll tell you a little bit about me and my childhood. And it has to start with how my parents met. My parents were both bodybuilders. And I always give them crap because I have no athletic ability. There's a running joke in my family that the only thing I can catch is a cold. And it's actually fairly accurate. They met through bodybuilding. They knew each other for 2 or 3 years. They hit it off. My mom found out she was pregnant. They moved in for a week, and it was a horrific live-in relationship. My mom said after that 1 week she would never go back. So I was raised by a single mother with schizophrenia, a drug addiction, and a problem with alcohol. By 1st grade, I made a friend with a kid who was often teased at school. Found out that his apartment complex was right next to mine, and in us becoming friends, our parents met, and they started dating. This young man was about 7 months older than me, the boy that I met, and he ended up becoming my stepbrother fairly quickly. We grew up in a home that had a lot of questionable people coming through. I learned really quickly how to put on a mask and be friends with everyone. My mom jokes that I'm a chameleon. She has a hard time telling when I'm being really me and when I'm being a people pleaser. I like to think I'm always just being me. But so I lived in that toxic environment until about 5th grade. And my dad started figuring out what was going on, and he had a girlfriend at the time, and she wanted kids, but she didn't really want kids. So they ended up working together, and they got custody of me. And things started looking okay for a while. I moved from living in Vancouver to living in La Center, and it's a small community. I made friends for the first time in my entire life, had a good circle of friends. Started kind of focusing on school. I got honor roll a couple of times, but I didn't really care. When you grow up in an environment that's broken, school becomes less of a priority compared to who's making dinner, is mom going to be passed out, did Jared do his homework? I don't even know if I had any assignments. So by the time that I ended up going through living with my dad for a while, things seemed pretty good until his girlfriend left. She had him pay for all of beauty school, still $1,000 left, gone. Never saw her again. And my dad got really angry, started drinking, got pretty abusive, emotionally, physically. Not as bad as like broken bones in the hospital, but it was scary. My freshman year, I remember being in school, and at that point, I'd started suffering from self-harm. My friend looks at me and she goes, "You can't do this anymore." And I was like, "You're crazy, you can't tell anyone. Like, I told you just because I trusted you." And she gave me a scenario. She's like, "Okay, here's the deal. You have 2 options. You come with me, you go to the counselor, you talk about this, or you go to class, I go to the counselor, and you get pulled. And now you have rumors going." We had 400 kids in the school. News traveled fast. So I was like, okay, I'll go with you, I'll talk about it kinda, and then we'll just, whatever. It turned into a huge process. Talked to the counselor, police get involved, they called my mom came pick me up, I went to the hospital, got mental evaluation, ended up in youth home, boom, got a social worker. Was told that my chances of going to college was 3%, and I was mad. At that point, I didn't care about college. But when you're 13 and someone tells you, you're gonna be like your parents. That's hard. So I looked at him and I was like, well, I'm gonna be that 3%. At this point, I failed in about half of my classes, And my mom looks at me and she's like, yeah, you could probably turn it around. Sophomore year, I got C's, B's, not great, not honor roll, but I passed. Junior year, I ended up at Heritage High School about halfway through. At this point, I'd switched a couple of foster homes and I landed with a really awesome home. I had Superwoman as my mom. Her name's Brianna Steiner. She has certificates in everything. EMS, fire science, she's going for psychology, she loves history. She's the most educated, powerful woman I've ever met in my entire life. And I looked at her and I'm like, you know, that Running Start program's kind of cool. And she was like, well, you know, you really struggle with school, maybe you should look at high school more. I'm like, okay, so here's the deal then. If I get a 4.0 my junior year, I'll go to Running Start my senior year. She's like, okay. That year I ended up with 210% in my English class, over 100% in my math class, over 100% across the board in all of my classes. Unfortunately, my GPA when I graduated was at 2.9, but so I didn't know what to do at that point. I went through my high school year doing Running Start, but we were having some home issues at that point, so a lot of classes got dropped, or I got halfway through them and realized it was too hard and I had to juggle other things around. I started volunteering for an awesome program we have here in Clark County. It's a youth hotline. It was in taking that class that I realized, and volunteering there, that I realized how much I love helping people. And it was there that I decided I wanted to double major in psychology and sociology. Pretty much since my junior year, everyone's been telling me I'm crazy. I've been in Clark full-time as a student for only 1 year, and I've only had like 20 credits before this. I'm graduating with my AA at the end of summer quarter. 19 credits on top of working part-time and volunteering, and I help out with my little sister. We have a small army and a small zoo. We have like 5 dogs, 4 cats, 11 people in my house. It's crazy, but it's the kind of chaos that I can kind of thrive on. So I just want you guys to know that this program targets a youth that is told their entire life, you can't do it, you're a 3%, we can't take a risk on you. Kids like that don't need that. We grown up in broken homes telling us that we're no good. This program has allowed me to be who I am today. To turn around and say that I'm not going to be that number, and I want to be so much better. I have met amazing faculty here who have changed my perspective on everything. I was so close-minded before I started coming to Clark. And it's amazing. The people at the financial aid who work in Passport look at me and, yeah, they tell me I'm crazy, but they also tell me, you know, you could do it. Every week, if I need to come in every week, I can come in every week. And they sit down and they're like, hey, so let's break it down some more. If I want to come in once a term, then I come in once a term. But they're always there to be my cheerleader, to make sure the funding's taken care of. Don't stress about money, just worry about your grades. I have awesome people at home. And it's really, I don't think any other college outside of Clark could have done this for me. And I'm so thrilled that you guys have such amazing people here. Really fortunate, and so am I.
You're doing very well. Congratulations. We're very proud of you.
That's great. That's amazing.
You did a great job speaking too. So you're on your way.
Thank you.
That's successful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have no doubt you will do whatever you want to do.
That's right.
Clearly, you emit success. You do.
Thank you.
And if you need a little boost, let me know, and I'll say, "Oh, you can't do that." And then you know,
That's going to get me motivated.
Wow.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Carol.
you.